Knock
Yeah.
knock.
Who's there?
Who?
Who?
Are you stupid?
Story of how we became what?
Oh, I fucking hate this one. Friends? It was all because this motherfucker didn't know how to whisper. That was the only reason. The only
I
reason
said
we're
it
friends.
purposely.
Is
I was
because
just
he said
scared
something.
of you because
No, you didn't.
Fat as hell.
No! Stop. I wasn't gonna bite you, nigga. Sorry. Sorry.
No.
But yeah,
okay.
you said a joke. A little bit
Wait. Let me explain. So our teacher, let's just call her L. Miss L. Miss L. I don't want to expose her. So Miss L was all like, "Okay, guys, get a pencil and paper out." And knowing that he was sitting next to me, I said, "What if we're African and we don't have papers and pencils?" And then that happened, and we just started going back and forth on African jokes, like.
Yeah, and then at lunch he asked to hang out, and it was there. And now we're friends since. The whole friend group that we had back then
fell off.
split up because
Yeah, fell off.
they literally fell to shambles. It fell to shambles in the span of like 3 days over quarantine. It all fell apart during quarantine. All the kids changed. Our friend, what is call him, Big Fat. What is call him Big Fat. He was already big, but
I mean, like.
Oh, you're right. That's not even his real name.
Big Nat.
Yeah, his
Nat.
Big Nat. Big Nat. We called him Big Nat. Yeah, Big Nat. He got even bigger, so he's like Bigger Nat. And then one kid we didn't even like because he just seemed weird because he was weird. But we didn't. Yeah, he was like out of the friend group even though he like created it.
Matrix.
It makes it sound Matrix. Matrix. Yeah, he was like out of it. He was like out of the group. He just stood there and hung out because he didn't have any other friends. But one kid played baseball, so he like stopped skating. One kid I worked out all the time. All he does is work out. No, like all he does is work out and look at anime girls on Discord and shit and Reddit. And then now it's just me and this fat dude. Me and this fat.
That's
Yeah, how our friend group fell apart.
Yeah, and how there's lore behind our friend group. It sounds stupid, but there's lore behind our friend group. Yeah. Let's tell them the story about Matrix. Let's introduce him to Matrix first. You know, the 4 minute
Alright,
one.
so Matrix. Okay, I'll give him backstory on Matrix, like how I know him.
You know
and stuff,
him more. I only went to school with
him.
him once, twice actually. Yeah.
So Matrix, I went to elementary school back at another district before I moved to where I met this dumbass.
Stop!
And so I went to school with him for at least like 3 for like 3 or 4 years, right? I went to school with him for 3 or 4 years. And this kid was like obsessed with dinosaurs, dude. Like, when I mean obsessed, I mean like this crazy. But yeah, so I went to school with him for like 3-4 years maybe. And then I moved to another school in that same district still. And then I hadn't seen him for like 2 or 3 school years. And then I moved to a whole other district and just happened to be in that district. In my it's like our homeroom class kind of. We had it twice. So he just happened to be in that class. And since I knew this kid, I was like, oh, I don't know anyone else here, so hang out with this kid. I have no other choice. One of our other friends from that same friend group was from that same school in the other district. It was just us 3.
Treater.
The anime kid, Matrix, and then me at first. So it was us 3 at like the beginning of the school year. It was probably like the second day of school. We were hanging out at lunch. So that one joke thing happened with this dumbass. Where he spoke a little bit too loud. He spoke a little bit too loud, right? So after that happened, he asked to hang out with us. So he started hanging out with us. And then me and him ended up becoming like way closer friends than I did with any of them in the span of like 2 weeks.
Oh fuck!
In like 2 weeks, he became like my closest friend. And then, so, oh my god, why can't I be 600,000 pounds in the game like I am IRL? But this guy was like you can already tell the kind of kid he was gonna be since he was obsessed with dinosaurs. Like this kid was down bad for anyone that he thought looked a little bit attractive. Like any girl that he thought was a little bit cute, he immediately wanted to ask her out. It didn't matter if he knew him for 2 years or 3 seconds. It didn't matter. He wanted to be with them if they were mediocre cute to him, at least, which is. You might as well be a dude half the time. You know what I mean? Might as well be a dude half the time. You know what I mean? But so this one particular girl, he had asked out. This girl had just gotten out of
abusive,
gotten out of a relationship.
Toxic
yeah, a very bad relationship. Like her other boyfriend before him would her other boyfriend would like yell at her and tell her to shut up and stuff, and she would just sit there and take it all and stuff. But she was like, she was like, she didn't deserve it. No one does. No one deserves something like that. But so she had gotten like, she became single with her, like, from her really like messed up boyfriend. So Matrix was like starting trying to get at this one girl. But the thing was, he only knew her for like a day. The first interaction he had was playing Uno with her in the library, and that was the first time they talked. And then I remember he told her, I don't know if it was just me or the whole friend group, but he told us, he was like, one girl. And then we were like, bro, you've been knowing her for like 2 hours. How do you like her? He was like, I don't know. He's like, she seems really sweet and all that. And I'm like, bruh. So I don't know when the span of him telling us that and when he actually asked. I don't know the time, the length of time. But so the day comes, like, utters up the courage to ask her out, right? It was at lunch. He was gonna ask her out. She was sitting there. I don't know if she was with her friends or by herself or something. But
she was with friends.
Me, yeah. I think it was just the whole friend group. Yeah, she was with friends. It was the whole friend group. And then Matrix leading us, like walking in front of us, and then he like sat next to her for a little bit.
It was so awkward.
I was gonna say we were recording. Yeah, I was gonna say we were recording, but we weren't. Yeah, it was really, really awkward. He sat next to her and he was just like.
It was like dead silence for like a couple minutes though.
Yeah, dead silent. For real. Before he said anything, and we were all just standing there, was like staring at her. We probably made this girl feel so uncomfortable for no reason.
I feel bad.
All because Matrix. All because Matrix just like started like pulling some little pussy bitch shit midway through it. But yeah, so he was like, I don't know what his words were. What did he say? Like specifically to her?
No. Okay, so when he was gonna ask her out, he said, "Hey," I think he said, "Hey, do you want to be my girlfriend?" And then she like takes a minute to respond, and then she goes, "Yes," knowing his virgin ass.
So after he was like, "You want to be my girlfriend?" She was like, "Yes," like. All awkward. All awkward. She was like, yes, and then it took a second for her to how do you say, like comprehend in his mind that this girl just said yes to him, and didn't like turn him down. It took him a second that he didn't to realize that this girl didn't like turn him down completely and tell him to go fuck off and fuck yourself because you're an ugly piece of shit and shit like that. But yeah. So he literally got up from the planter and started dancing. He was like, yes, yes, and started literally like dancing and like jiggling his fat everywhere and shit. And then at the time, me and you were trying to be cool with him, even though we like in the back of our minds we were like, this motherfucker weird as hell. But yeah, we were trying to be cool. We're like, congratulations and shit. And then and literally, I don't remember the rest after, because I heard from you what happened.
It was me.
Do you remember what happened? Yeah. So,
yeah. Okay.
I don't remember the rest. I just remember that.
We're like, oh shit! Like he actually did it. What the hell? And then what was it? So we walked off. He stayed there with her till the end of lunch. It was like 4 fucking minutes left into until lunch ed, right? And then you can say the rest, because I feel like I'm gonna say this just a bit like not clear. So what happened after lunch?
You say it, because I don't know. You told me. He told you and you told me.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So after lunch, right? We have the same class together. Matrix, me, and this fat shit. And so
Stop.
so then we we went back to class, right? And he told me, I don't know why out of everyone, he told me, he's like, I think, didn't he tell me? I feel like he told me they broke up right after that. So their relationship only lasted 4 minutes, and then I feel like a week or two later, or a couple of days after that, I overhear her, or not overhear her. I feel, was it you?
No,
Or
she
him?
told me.
Yeah.
No, she told me straight up.
Overhear you guys
She told me straight up.
talking about it, and then I was like, wait, so how long did this shit last?
Oh
And you
my
said
God. Oh,
4
never mind.
minutes.
Yeah.
Their relationship lasted
remember she
4
told-
fucking minutes. She did it at a pure,
She.
at a pure,
Pressure.
yeah, pressure. She
Pressure.
felt pressure out of it.
Let's go. That's
who
one.
the hell would want to be?
Because there was so many people, like our whole friend group, which is like 4 or 5 people, just like staring at this one girl and this really ugly motherfucker, like standing there, who just asked you to be his girlfriend. Like, either you have enough balls to straight up be like no and get hated on by like the whole friend group, or you say yes and then deal with it later. And that's what she did. So she said yeah. And then, so she told me, she was like, I only said yes because you guys were all there staring at me. And I was like, oh, that's understandable. I was like, I didn't think you would actually say yes to this motherfucker. Yeah, so that was the legendary 4-minute relationship.
we still flame on him for this day. We don't even talk to him, but we still flame
We don't talk to him. Like, back then, when we would talk to him, we would flame him for it.
And then we have, he had another encounter with the girl. Furnace. We'll call her Furnace.
Yeah, it's all these like.
It's an
like,
inside joke. It's an inside joke.
All our jokes. All our jokes are inside jokes.
Yeah.
All our jokes are inside
We'll call
jokes.
her
No one's gonna get
Furnace.
them.
Maybe we'll get back to
Yeah,
that.
it's for the sake of keeping. Yeah.
I've encountered her a bit in math class. Very fucking I didn't like that encounter at all. But
Oh my god, you just sold.
oh fuck. Okay, so Furnace sat right next to him after our new seating chart in English class. Okay, so basically, obviously, you know how down bad Matrix is. He goes for
The moment he met a girl,
anything.
he immediately likes her.
Yeah. So obviously, knowing Matrix, he at the end of lunch. Oh no, at the end of start of lunch. He tells you, right?
I don't remember. This is hard to concentrate when I'm playing. Oh!
I think he tells you. He's like, "Do you know who Furnace is? Remember?" Oh no! But he tells Furnace, "You have Furnace's number, don't you? You had it. I don't know.
Yeah, at the time I had it. Yeah, she literally like grabbed my phone out of my hand and put it in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like this shit, I never text her with her stupid fucking green messages and shit.
So he's like, oh, and then this is when he like confessed that he liked her. Obviously, within like this second day of even sitting next to her in English class. So obviously he asks you to call her. I remember this vaguely, and then you call her, and then she's like,
I don't remember this.
She was like, hello, and then you're like, can you come over to where we hang out next to Mrs. L class? He said, I think he said Matrix. It was Matrix. It was like, it was Matrix.
The power of editing.
Yeah, I love editing. So Matrix, right? I think you said the Matrix has something to tell you. If I wasn't wrong. So when that happens, they
probably.
She comes over with her other friend. I appreciate her other friend's forgettable. The one with glasses. Remember her?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what.
She comes over, and the whole friend group is there, and her friend, and Furnace, is there. And this gamer nerd Matrix, fat piece of shit beluga whale baby, just goes.
Prehistoric obese, butter milkshake loving ass fat piece of shit.
Butterbean Jr. having ass besides the boxing, but anyway. Anyway, besides that, we're flaming him for no reason. Anyway, besides that, he he goes up to her and goes, pure dead silence, like Modern Warfare field upgrade. Like it's so quiet. Like the amount of like the silence is so loud, like how it was like very very fucking awkward. Anyway, so he goes up to her and goes, hey, do you want to become like my girlfriend or something? And then the first
he went, you want to go out or something?
Oh yeah.
He said you want to go out or something?
He said that. He said, "You want to go out or something?" And then he goes, and she goes, "No," and he just walks off. And then we were just like, "Oh
like,
shit!"
Not a care in the world.
Yeah, we're like, "Oh
shit!" Oh my god!
And then obviously he got all sad. We had to comfort him about being all sad about that shit because you know we're trying to be cool with this piece of shit, fat hoe. Freaking
Stop. That's not nice words.
Anyway, I don't give a shit.
Those words aren't very nice.
Yeah. So we tried to comfort him, and then I told him I think it made him feel a little bit better. I said, "Look, you had balls on you, dude. Like I wouldn't be able to do that." Like, and then he's like, "You're right," and then just like the whole fucking counter
right,
was like
he agreed with you.
The whole encounter was just so fucking stupid.
What about the time where I stole his phone?
Dude,
that
story was that one was good. That one was good. I like that one.
I felt bad, but now I laugh about it because he was a baby, a straight up baby.
Remember you saw him texting that girl.
We were chasing each other, weren't we? Oh yeah.
And that's when you grabbed.
Oh yeah. So this time he had a girlfriend. Well,
she was ugly as fuck.
So,
weird as
yeah,
hell.
he had a girlfriend. That was obviously, of course, it was from a different district. A girlfriend from a different district. So he was texting her, right? And then I don't know what ran through me, or like what thought process I had, but I was like, it would be funny if I stole his phone and just started and texted her like, I don't want to be with you anymore or something, or something along those lines. So I did. You know, this motherfucker's reflexes are like nowhere near what mine were at the time back in 8th grade. So I really quick just snatched his phone and took off. Just like, boom. You just hear like a little snatch, like rubber against skin, just like, and then boom, I zoom off, and with my phone in his hand, and I run around a tree a few times, and this motherfucker's getting all winded and shit. And when he got winded, where you up, Z? He got winded, and then I stopped. I saw a message that popped up, so I replied to it, and I was like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. And replied to it with, I don't want to be your friend anymore. And then I was like, here, you can have it back now. You can have it back now. So I gave him his phone back, and he was like, dude, what did you say? And then he grabbed it, and he was like, so I sent it, and he was like, dude, why'd you send it? He's like, you shouldn't have said that, bro. And then a few minutes go by, and he's like, dude, she doesn't want to be with me anymore, dog. And I was like, he didn't say dog because he wasn't swagger. He was like, why would you do that, man? She's all sad now. She doesn't want to be with me anymore. And I was like, bro. And I was like, bro. At the time, I was sad. I was like, oops, sorry. I was like apologizing at the time. Holly was dying the whole time. When he realized what I texted, when this motherfucker realized what I texted, he just started like busting out, crying, laughing. He was just laughing in the background. He was just straight up like probably tears coming out of his eyes. And then I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was gonna happen. And then I remember he was like, I'm gonna get the football team on you, dude. And I was like, bro. I was like, you ain't gonna get shit on me. You ain't gonna get nothing. Yeah, that was his threats. Yeah, those were the threats, because he was on the football team. He was like, I'm gonna get the football team on you. He was gonna get the middle school football team on me. He was gonna get the middle school football team on me, bro.
Okay, that's the backstory on Matrix. Well, we don't know
so you
much
basically
about
know
baseball
like
player.
what kind of person he is. Yeah, he's like a anomaly.
Yeah.
Like we went over his house and stuff, but we still don't really know.
There's another character in our lore. Big Nat. Yeah.
Yo, He was a
Big Nat
goat, for real.
he was W's. I feel bad, but like at the same time, like W man, dude. Like,
At the same time, what?
he's a W. Like I feel bad making fun of him, obviously. That was just.
But he was a really fat white dude.
He was chill about it though. I'm pretty sure he was used to it. I mean, he's been fat ever since like
elementary school.
born.
Everyone called him Big Nat in elementary school. So us calling him Big Nat
wasn't much because
wasn't much.
Durag boy, remember the one who brought the Durag to school? He was the one that initially called Big Nat.
Yeah, Durag boy, Durag boy. But yeah, he came into our friend group because I had sat in front of him, and I was like Teg, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And then I was like, "I don't know, I'm bored." And then he was like, "Oh, okay." And then that was like the first few words we exchanged with each other. He just teleported and spawned in our like hangout spot at lunch. He just spawned there, bro. I don't remember him ever. I had memory of him walking up, but he just ended up there.
So obviously, knowing us, we lived in the same neighborhood. We went over to his house. There's a YouTube video on it.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video. All three of us. Me, Frog, and Big Nat. Like, no, like the thing is, you guys aren't gonna be able to find the video because I didn't title it. I literally didn't title the video.
Untitled and then a whole bunch of numbers.
Yeah, it's like trim and then a whole bunch of numbers. Like you're not gonna find it. You guys aren't gonna find the video. But yeah, it's just a video of us messing around in his neighborhood.
In his
backyard,
it was me.
Actually. God damn it. Yeah, in his backyard. It was in his backyard. Me, Frog, my brother, and Frog's like cousin. At the time. And then step cousin.
Yeah.
Like,
showed up to his house.
Like uninvited.
We were like, "Yo, Big Nat, what's up?" And he was like surprised to have visitors. Cause I feel bad for him, but he had visitors, which was us, and he let us in his house, into his backyard, right? And what the shit we were doing in his backyard was so stupid, but it was also fun at the time because again we were just kids at the time.
Yeah,
just mind you, this
dumbasses.
we just turned
all we wanted to do was
we turned a teen. We barely turned 13. Yeah. So after we went to his house, we oh man, this is bringing back memories. Yeah, we went to his house and we went to his backyard. He invited us over. We were just messing with shit, dude. Like we were just like
either mixing like pickles. We were throwing pickles at him and he would try to cut them in midair with a box cutter.
Yeah, and like we were like trying to play Fruit Ninja with a box cutter and pickles. There's this one specific time he dropped something and he did the infamous turnover and he bent over and his ass cheek was hanging out. And his ass cheek was hanging out and we started dying. Like,
his ass crack was showing.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember you sounded like a infant laughing, dude. You were
it was hilarious.
You were a little laugh in the background, and then I turned around with my phone and I zoomed in on it, and we started dying. And he got up. As soon as he realized what was happening, as soon as he felt the breeze on where the sun don't shine, he sat up and pulled his pants up like nothing happened. This shit was so funny.
Yeah, and then okay, so there's that story. Okay, so at the time, this fat shit had his ex-girlfriend. Very fucking weird, by the way. Now is weird. At the time, we didn't think about it. But anyway, his ex-girlfriend and obviously me and Big Nat, we're just like, you know, we had our boards and stuff, so we were just skating around the school, cause my aunt had gym, and obviously, knowing me, I'd rather hang out with friends than go to the gym.
Yeah, me and you fucking fat ass bitch. Me and you were skating around the school.
So we were hanging around, right? And then I don't know where. Oh yeah, he was digging through the trash, like the fucking redneck weirdo he is. Oh, I didn't think much of it at the time. So he was going through the trash. He found an Arizona can.
Just normal big net activities.
Yeah. That actually gives me the story that's gonna give up next about the sandwiches. Remember that one?
Yeah.
He was digging through the trash. He found an Arizona can and he started ripping it up. And he made like a shank. Like he made a pointed edges like by like sharpening it on the floor of like it was cement. So he sharpened the can on the floor and made me a shank. And then he wrapped it around with like twine type leaf type shit. Like I don't know what it was. Like it was grass obviously. And he made me a shank. And then he's like keep it. So then I take it home. I take it home, right? My aunt goes through my she's in my room and she's like, "What's that?" And it's like this little like kind of like it's like the window and then like a little like thing for it to like just hold like tiny stuff on it. So she finds it and she's like, "Why do you have this?" And it's like, "Only people in jail do this." Like, and she's like, "Only people in jail do this. Why do you have this?" And then I was like, in my mind, I was like, you wouldn't get it, obviously. I know at the time it looked like something bad, obviously. But now that I look back at it, it's just like it was just something my friend made me. But anyway, she's like, okay, well I want you to don't take that to school. Just leave it in your room. I was like, okay. And then yeah, there's that when he made me shank.
How do you understand?
And then there's this other story. Okay, so it leads on to the one where we went to his house. He had like this little like tiny, like it was like a wood plank, like about the size of an iPhone. It was not that big. And it was like he was like carving it, like making like a steak with it, kind of. And I was like, "Can I keep it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he wrote my name on it and his name on it too. And he gave it to me, and I have that in my room. But obviously, I moved, and I don't have it anymore.
So that's Matrix and Big Nat.
We literally in my town. There's literally I feel like there's only like 6 skateboarders ever. Like. And it's me and my 2 brothers. Okay, so there's a school near my house, so we just go over and skate that school. And usually we don't get bothered, but there is sometimes, like this one time, we were skating there, and these fat ass Mexican dudes playing soccer. He looked like a fall guy. Like he was like literally a fall guy. Like. He was like as fat as them and as short as them. Anyway, and he was like, "Yo, you can't skate here. This isn't." And he says the town's name, skate park. And then we just look at him and we're like, "You're playing soccer. Shut up." And then, and then we just go on about our day and go to the back of the school. There's like a nice mani pad there. Skate. We leave back, and he still says the same thing at us, staring at us like a fucking fat piece of shit. Like, I'm literally gonna call ICE on you to get deported, bro. Like, shut up.
That's not nice.
Like, shut up. So,
here's the racist jokes.
It's not racist when it's friendly fire. And then another time we went there, let's call him the cream room one. That one. Okay, so this fat piece of shit comes over to my house. We go skate.
Stop!
You know?
I didn't do anything. It was on accident.
Okay, I'll give my side of the story and then you give your side of the story.
Okay.
Okay, so it was like a nice 85 degrees on that day. It was.
It was like spring.
Yeah, it was like springtime around there.
It was pretty early in the morning too.
Yeah, and it was fucking hot, or either that or those shit jeans I was wearing. Anyway, so we were going over there to skate, you know, doing our own fucking thing. Everyone breaks their necks because you know skateboarders aren't usual or common there. Everyone breaks their necks looking at us. We go to the school, and you know we skate around this mani pad, and then we go to the back of the school and skate the tiny bank. There's this little classroom. It has like. I don't know if it was like a detention.
It wasn't. I don't think it was a classroom. It was like a storage room or something.
No, it wasn't a storage room. It was too big to be a storage room. Anyway, it was by like a farm. A farm, yeah. Like it was like not a farm, but like
a field.
It was like ag center, kind of. Like it had like.
There's like a field behind it.
Yeah. So, knowing us, knowing me, I had my I had my Skull Troopers speaker with me. And my shit jeans, so I was like, dude, fuck these jeans, and I take off my pants, right, and and I'm skating boxers on, but they're like long enough to look like tight shorts. So what I do is I'm skating for a bit, and I'm like, okay, I need to sit down for a bit, and I sit by the classroom, and this fat piece of shit comes next to me.
So I walked up. There was a door on the sign. It was like it was still during COVID. It was pretty recent. I read the sign. It was like masks must be required indoors. And as I was saying that, I like started fucking with the doorknob to see if it would open, and that shit opened.
Like we like
look at each other like
we look at each other for like a split second.
We were like, what the? We were like looked at each other like our jaws dropped, and we're like, this shit just opened, and we were about to walk inside. We were about to walk inside. We were about to walk inside the door.
2-second delay. They the alarm goes off, and I'm like, my eyes go wide as shit. I was like, holy shit, I don't have my pants. My phone is in my pocket. Like, I was like, holy shit. And we fucking, me, my brother, and this fat ass, we book it, and the alarm is going off. Like, the door was opened. Like, he opened the door, and we're like, they left me. They left me, and I was trying to put on my pants. I was like, no, fuck this. I put my pants over my shoulder. I have my phone. I have my phone in my, I think it was in my pockets on my shoulder. With my speaker, I grabbed my board, this fucking 8.5 Powell Peralta fucking skeleton deck. We were booking it down to it was like soccer field-ish meets the football field fence. We book it down, and and like, I'm like slowing down because I have all this shit on me, you know, my pants aren't even fucking on.
You're just fat and you have a 30-minute mile.
Yours is an hour, I want to be talking.
Stop.
So we do that, we book it down, and I'm over here skating with no fucking pants on, and I like, okay, we go skate down the neighborhood, and to even make it worse, there was staff at the school at the day, and then we were booking it down, so I'm going down the neighborhood to go down to my house, and there's little kids just staring at me. It's like, yeah, I know, I have no fucking pants on, mind your own fucking business. And then we come back home. We had to jump a fence too, so we came back home, and then we were like, holy shit.
We need to lay low for a little bit after that.
Okay, at the time the adrenaline was pumping, like, what the fuck? It was a fight. It was literally a fight or flight reaction. And we come back home, we're like, at the time we're like, holy shit, that just happened. And then when we came back home, we're like, dude, that was so fucking cool, like, holy shit. and then my other brother walks out of his room, and he's like, what happened? Why are you guys all sweaty? And we're like, we just explained the whole story to him, and then we were thinking of going back later that night, didn't we?
Yeah.
So fucking stupid. Yeah.
But we didn't.
We didn't, thankfully, because we would have got fucking caught. Tomorrow's video, I hope. Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Tomorrow we are going to tell a story that's pretty cool. You know, me at the time, I was like, dude, green hat. You know, so here's our intro lore. So expect more non-serious videos from me within these next couple days. Also, a multiverses video coming out probably tomorrow. Double upload maybe, hopefully, if I get the editing done in time. Which I probably do, because I don't have anything to fucking do with my time, you know? We are hungry. This few first videos to be somewhat very awkward, and again, we share the same brand, so it doesn't even matter. We literally think about the same things.
Yeah, for real. Watch this.
The fart, please. I knew it. There's that. So story time. This is a new series. I hope you guys also like the intro. Okay, this outro is taking way too long. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.